Hey folks, in this video we're going to take a look at the Ultimate Dino City Garage. This is from Adventure Force, and I've had this one in storage for a few years. I can't remember exactly when this was in stores, but after 2020, let's say. So this is, this follows along with other Ultimate Garage type sets, similar in some ways to the Hot Wheels ones and so forth. This one actually, at least the ground level, is kind of more reminiscent to me of the Majorette big garage set, which I can't remember the exact name for that one, but it has at least a few similarities to that. But otherwise, what we've got is just a big garage set with a dinosaur theme, and yeah, this was sold exclusively at Walmart. I'm pretty sure it was exclusive because I think Adventure Force is a Walmart exclusive brand. And I think the price was about $50. It may have been slightly higher, but I think it was about $50. And I'm hoping that that's like a good price for this, and it's not, because this is a very huge set, and I hope that doesn't mean that the size of it means that the quality is not very good because of such a, cheap price, but we're going to just find that out. So I'll kind of show you the size of the box a little bit, and it stands 3 feet tall, so that is a pretty tall set. I'll show you maybe just this other side quick, and then see if I can quickly show you the bottom, just real quick. And this does have a copyright of 2021, so that gives you a little idea of when this was in stores. Let's see. So I'm going to have to actually flip this to the side, because this is a vertically oriented back here. And what we've got is a spinning pteranodon, working elevator, all kinds of other things. The main thing being that there is 4 levels of parking plus a ground level. And looks like there's a lot of parking places for cars. You've got a working elevator, you've got the dinosaur thing here, you've got ramps that spiral all the way down to the bottom, both around this area and then around the dinosaur itself. Then you've got a snapping dino at the bottom. And this is kind of the feature that makes me think of this is inspired by that Majorette set, is because it has a motorized train. That was the only other Mega Garage type set that had something like that, so I feel like this was at least partially inspired by that. So yeah, with that all said, I mean, that's kind of a look at what we've got. Maybe just do a quick up and down here just to show you all of the back, but really that's what we've got, and it's time to open this up. Okay, so we have at least at first glance, overwhelmingly large amount of pieces in here, but let's just start taking them out real quick. And let's see here, so we've got a bag of some smaller parts in here as well, a lot of yellow colored pieces. But then it looks a little slightly less overwhelming once you get to see that a lot of the space is taken up by this very large base. So that'll be interesting. Oh, and then there's a lot more pieces yet, though. Looks like a train in there. And a lot more smaller bags of parts. I'll pull out the cars here, too. some of the last pieces here are these, you know, each level that will be for the parking areas, and these look absolutely massive. So I don't think there's going to be any shortage of room to park cars on this playset. So it's absolutely very, very large. And then the last pieces would be support pieces, it looks like. And finally, we do have our set of instructions and a sticker sheet, it looks like, or sticker sheets. We're going to find out. Let's see what we've got in here. So sticker sheet 1 and 2 and 3. Oh my goodness, there are a lot of stickers, it looks like. So, and a lot of big ones actually. These are pretty sizable stickers. Then let's see here. This looks like a full color manual. Yep, full color manual to put this thing together. So this will probably be some work, but let's get into it. Alright folks, well this set is sort of different than other ones because they have you put the set together and then put the stickers on, so I've got some more work to do. Alright folks, I finally got the set together, but first let's take a look at the 5 cars that come with this set. So we've got a few kind of racing type cars here, and the quality of these seems pretty good in my opinion. You know, a little bit shy on the quality compared to some of the bigger brands, but nevertheless pretty good. One last kind of race car here, although this one's got a dinosaur decoration on there. So, and that brings us into more of these kind of dinosaur safari or whatever you want to call it, themed cars, I guess. This one is a truck, and then finally we've got a big, you know, this big car here that can go off-roading and so forth. So there's a dinosaur on that one as well, so this one is probably the best themed car for the set. Then if we go over here, we've got one more car yet. This is the train, and this is battery powered. And then in the back here, we've got the dinosaur in a cage. Here you can also take this off and, you know, put a car back there if you want to. I don't know if I got this perfectly on the tracks here, so it's kind of a, let's see. You know, it's got the 4 wheels and then there's this little piece right here that kind of guides through the track. So I guess it, you know, they don't have to be perfectly on the track to go, I guess. It's just that that front one has to guide it so it goes all the way around. Let's try this out and see how well it works. Well, it made a full lap without any problems. Let's try one more and then I'll stop it just to start looking at the rest of the set here. Alright, so there is that. I think that's kind of a fun little feature. Now, the rest of the set, let's see if I can zoom out a little more. Here it is. And yeah, this thing is massive. This is Ultimate Dino City Garage. Well, it is definitely an ultimate garage. Yeah, this thing is very large. You know, it's comparable to like the Hot Wheels Ultimate Garages and things like that, I would say. And yeah, my first impression of it, you know, me personally not being a super big fan of these kind of dinosaur or monster type themed sets, I don't like that aspect of it personally, but you know, if you take that out of the equation, again, that's just a personal preference. This is a really cool looking set. And definitely inspired by, you know, like Hot Wheels Ultimate Garage and things like that. It's got this bottom, you know, kind of city area where you can drive around and do various things. And then you got the garage itself. You've got elevator, ramps that spiral down. It's just got all, you know, the works, basically. So, and I think it's cool. But it's got its own thing going on, too. And the train going around, like I said, it's reminiscent of that Majorette Ultimate Garage, whatever that one is actually called too. So let's just drive some cars around and see what we've got going on here. Drive up this ramp over the little bridge there. And in this area we've got some parking places. We've got a little kind of figure eight, or not a figure eight, but just a little loop here you can do. And then you can go get a little bit of, let's see, what is this? Is this this is kind of like the parking place. I guess you can pay to park. You've got a little dinosaur tail here. And I think this may be a motorized thing, or do you just push it out? I don't know how that's supposed to work, to be honest. I don't really know. It's possible that I didn't put that on right. I don't know. Maybe we'll take a look at that in a second. Let me just pause the video and I'll see if I can figure that one out. Okay, so I did figure this out. Hadn't put it on quite right. There's a little thing underneath that you actually have to put the dinosaur on, and then so that's a fun little feature. Let's do that one more time, maybe. So yeah, definitely watch out for that dinosaur. And we'll keep driving around down on the bottom here, drive over this little bridge. We got a couple more parking places here. And this is a little gas station area. So that's a neat little place there. And with that, we have to drive over to go up the parking garage. And what we have over here is a double elevator. So let's get one car parked and ready to go there. And then we will drive this one over to this side and drive up. And this one will drive in here. And I have tested out this elevator just once to see if it works, and it seems to be a pretty good one. Now, what do? These are electronic here. So I just push up and push down to send it up and down. So here we go. I'm going to push up. How was that? That seemed pretty darn good to me. Now let's send it down one more time. And I want to send it up once more and just show you what happens on top here when I push the buttons. So, the little pterodactyl up here spins around one more time. And finally, let's bring the cars to the top. So, we'll send them out so they can get on the top parking level here. And folks, I gotta tell you, I'm getting a little annoyed because as I keep opening up some of these different large garage sets, even these Adventure Force kind of off-brand ones, I'm getting a little frustrated because each one that I open is unique and, you know, good in its own way. And it's like, I don't have room to store all of these large garage sets. But here again, we have another one that I'm like, you know, I'm kind of tempted to keep this one, and, you know, in my collection for a long time. And I don't know. I just don't have room for them all, but that is a really cool elevator, and just that alone makes me want to just keep this set. I've never seen anything work quite as well as that. Like, let's just send that down. I mean, it's pretty much flawless, so that's just, I don't know, that's really cool. So anyways, on top here, this is the same pretty much as all of the other levels here. So you can kind of see what we've got going on. Parking places everywhere. It's kind of hard to see, I guess, but there are little outlines for where you can park your cars. So that's pretty cool. And then we have the way to exit, which is just to go down here. And right here we've got a double start launcher. Maybe I'll just show you how this works as we go, you know, before demonstrating it. But they both go down kind of like they're racing at first, but then they split paths here. So one will keep going down and spiral all the way around to end up down here, while the other one will go past the dinosaur here. And this dinosaur doesn't actually do anything, just kind of is a decoration there. I suppose you could put a little car in there if you wanted, but this one will go down here and then kind of go through the back and then come down here through this little kind of pretend river here. And then watch out for the train. Let's get the train going just to demonstrate that. We'll see if it collides with the train as it makes its way to the bottom. But here we go. Let's just see what happens here. This is my first time testing this out. Let's see how well it works. So electronic sound effects down there, that's pretty neat. Let's try this just again. I'm going to get the cars set up on top here. So I like that. That's some cool stuff. Now this piece here, this should trigger. I'm thinking there's a dinosaur in there that should come up and attack the car. Let's try this one again. Maybe the third time's the charm for activating that. I guess not quite. All right, let's try a few more cars. Let's actually just drive them all up right now so they can all be on the set here. And we'll try these other ones. Going up the elevator. And we'll maybe try going up to just the 4th floor, so here we go. I should say the 3rd floor. So you got to kind of time it out a little bit if you're not going all the way to the top or down to the bottom, but that seemed to be pretty easy to do. We can park a car up here and maybe send the other one going down the ramp. And maybe we can send this one up again. And here we go. And this time we'll go up to 2. And here, well, why don't we park another car? And we'll send this one down. And then why not do a couple more? This time we'll just send them up to the 1st level. Park that one there. Let's try this one. So that's the dinosaur feature here, which works pretty good. And would be cool if there was like a little escape route or something, but there is not. It's just pull the car out and reload, and then you can do that again as many times as you want. Let's see if we can try and get a train collision here. This might be a little bit tricky to do, but that means, let's see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take all of these cars and kind of line them up a little bit so that they can go down this track. Just get them ready to go. Something like that. And we're just going to send them all down this path and see if we can get a crash by any chance. Oh, in that case, got stuck in there. I don't know how I'm going to get that out except to just send another car down. So here we go. Let's see here. I got to try to get these cars out. Okay, let's try that one more time. So that one likes to crash in there a little bit. Well, that one managed to escape. Let's try this one. Alright, I might have to actually maybe time this a little bit. We'll see here. It's like, I don't know, you almost gotta time how long it takes for one to do a complete loop if you want to have it crash, but it's going by now, so let's see if it'll catch it on the way back. Nope, that was a little too much. Maybe I'll wait for half a lap. or so. So let's watch it go around maybe half a lap, and then I'll send this car down. All right, here we go. Just in the nick of time it made it. Let's see, we'll send this one down. We're gonna have to wait a good half a lap to see if we can get a collision. All right, here we go. There it is. All right, let's just leave a little space here. So overall, I think I've shown you guys all of the features. I guess the only one that I haven't shown you, I guess, is that you can drive over here and know that there is just a little bit more parking right in the back here. So they're making use of this back area too. So you've got a little parking sign there. But otherwise, I think I've kind of shown you just about everything there is to see. But I don't know, I gotta show you maybe one last time, just sending a couple cars up and sending them down the loops, because I just think it's really cool. So here we go. And we'll just put these two in the elevator here. Let's see, they're all kind of running into each other a little bit. Let's see. See, these two are the widest cars, and they're a little bit tight to fit in there. But I got them, so up we go. Oh, what is going on here? It wasn't working for a second. Let's see. Let's try that again. All right, so here we are at the top, and we got to do one last demonstration here. And for this, I may as well turn on the train just in case. And we'll see if we can time out a crash. Well, it looks like both of the cars kind of just stopped short of getting where they needed to go. So there we go. And this one will send down there. And maybe we'll just keep this one parked up here. And I think I've shown you all the features, so we'll call that a good demonstration of it. But there is a lot going on with this set. I like it. It was, like I said, this was only like $50, $60, whatever it was, when this was in stores. I don't think it is there anymore, but I gotta say, pretty good value. I am a big fan of the elevator. It works very, very nicely. And, you know, I always get, you know, a little bit, it just, I'm never sure if an elevator in some of these, you know, a set that isn't Hot Wheels or Matchbox is going to work super well. They can be kind of hit or miss, but this one is definitely a hit. It seems to work very well. And, yeah, the rest of the set, yeah, the cars made it down every time through the loops. There's so many places to park your cars. Even the dinosaur features are fun. Not my personal thing, but like I said again, but still, they work well. And I also like this area down here where you can just kind of drive your cars around too. The train is fun. Everything seems to work. So it's like, it's hard for me to find a complaint, really. This is a good set. So I will say, I guess, if I were to complain about something, it's just tedious to put together. A lot of parts. You know, the big pieces take a while to put together, and then when you're done with that, you got all these little pieces down here, and then you got to worry about those 3 sticker sheets. That took a long time. So rather tedious to get it together. Once it's together, very nice set. And the other thing about it too is it's very large, not really designed to be taken apart for storage, I don't think. So if you want to do that, you can. That'll be a project in itself, taking it apart, and then, you know, hopefully all the parts can be disassembled without breaking anything too. It seems like they probably could, but, well, and especially a lot of these track pieces, you can just slide these out, so at least there's that. There is that. Some of these other tower pieces might be a little more tricky, especially like the elevator and stuff, but, well, it's hard to say, but Certainly, if you put this in storage as is, pretty large. Yeah, so I'm not sure how easy it is to take it apart. But anyway, that's enough rambling, I think. The Ultimate Dino City Garage from Adventure Force. Pretty cool set, and I just wanted to show you guys what it's all about. So there it is. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good one.